Ever had a squabble with your cat and wondered if they're sorry afterwards? Believe it or not, cats do apologize, just not in the way you'd expect. Our feline companions communicate differently from us, using a unique language of signs and signals that can sometimes leave us scratching our heads. But fear not. Today, we're going to shed some light on the intriguing subject of feline apologies. Despite their sometimes aloof demeanor, cats are deeply social creatures, and they've developed a range of behaviors to express their feelings, including remorse. So, if you've ever been left puzzled by your cat's actions following a disagreement, you're in for a treat. By the end of this journey, you'll be well versed in the subtle cues your cat uses to say, "I'm sorry." Stay tuned to uncover the secret language of feline apologies. Trust me, it's going to be a perfectly fascinating exploration. The tail doesn't lie. It's one of the most expressive parts of a cat. When your feline friend is feeling remorseful, their tail behavior might just give it away. After a disagreement, you might notice your cat's tail tucked between their legs or gently swishing from side to side. This is no random act of tail movement, my friends. Cats use their tail to communicate a wide array of emotions, and guilt is definitely on that list. Consider a tucked tail. This is a cat's way of making themselves smaller, of showing submission. It's as if they're saying, "I know I messed up and I'm sorry." On the other hand, a slow, deliberate swish of the tail could signal a cat's internal conflict and their desire to make things right. So next time, pay close attention to your cat's tail. You might be surprised at what it's telling you. Who doesn't love gifts? Cats sure know how to make up for their misdeeds. When it comes to saying sorry, our feline friends have a knack for using the language of love. You see, in the cat world, there's no better way to extend an olive branch than by offering gifts. So if you find your favorite toy or a harmless insect at your feet, don't be too quick to dismiss it. Your cat is trying to make amends in the sweetest way they know how, by sharing their prized possessions. And let's not forget grooming. Cats are fastidious creatures who take their grooming rituals seriously. When your cat takes the time to groom you, it's their way of showing you that they care, that they value your relationship. It's their way of saying, "I'm sorry, let's be friends again." So the next time your cat brings you a toy or gives you a grooming session, remember they might be saying, "I'm sorry." Wow, we're halfway through our journey into the world of feline apologies. Isn't it fascinating how cats have their unique ways of saying, "I'm sorry"? From gift-giving to grooming and body language to purring, our furry friends certainly know how to express their remorse. And we're just getting started. If you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We have plenty more interesting cat behavior insights to share with you. Your support means a lot to us, and it helps us create more content like this. So, are you ready to dive deeper into the mysterious world of feline communication? Let's continue with our exploration of cat apologies. Stay tuned. Cats use their bodies and voices to communicate, even when it comes to apologies. In the enchanting world of feline communication, body language is the equivalent of a personal letter penned with the utmost sincerity. After a disagreement, your cat might adopt a lowered body posture or appear more relaxed. This isn't a sign of defeat, but rather a humble request for reconciliation. It's as if your cat is saying, "I acknowledge my mistake, and I'm ready to make amends." Imagine you've just had a spat with your furry friend. You notice your cat approaching you, body low to the ground, almost slinking. This is not a sign of fear or submission, but a display of respect and remorse. Akin to a human extending a hand for a handshake after a disagreement, your cat is extending an olive branch, hoping to rebuild the trust that was momentarily shaken. Now let's talk about purring, a sound that's music to every cat lover's ears. It's comforting, soothing, and often associated with a content and happy cat. But did you know that purring can also be a form of apology? That's right. Cats purr not only when they're happy, but also when they're distressed or anxious. This dual-purpose mechanism is their way of self-soothing and creating a sense of calm. So, when your cat sidles up to you and purrs softly after a disagreement, they're not just seeking comfort for themselves, they're also trying to comfort you. It's their way of saying, "I'm sorry, can we be friends again?" Purring is often accompanied by gentle nudges or soft paw pats, further reinforcing their message of remorse. It's a heartwarming and effective way for your cat to communicate their feelings and seek forgiveness. So, the next time your cat curls up beside you and purrs after a tiff, don't dismiss it as a mere act of seeking warmth or comfort. It's a sincere, purring apology, a feline, "I'm sorry." Remember, a purring cat is not always a content cat. Sometimes it's a cat seeking forgiveness. Cats have a unique way of initiating contact and expressing their feelings. When it comes to apologizing, they have their own special set of gestures that convey their remorse. So let's dive into the world of headbutts, nose touches, and extra affection-seeking behavior. Have you ever been gently headbutted by your cat? This isn't a sign of aggression, but rather a loving gesture known as bunting. Bunting is a form of social bonding and communication. After a disagreement, your cat may headbutt you more than usual, using this tactile gesture as a way to apologize and rebuild the bond that might have been strained. Similarly, nose touches are another way cats express their feelings. This tender action is a sign of trust and affection. When your cat touches their nose to yours, it's their way of saying, "I trust you." If they do this after a disagreement, it's their unique way of saying, "I'm sorry, and I still trust you." Now let's talk about cats seeking extra affection. After a spat, your cat might become more clingy than usual. They might follow you around the house, sit on your lap more often, or nuzzle against you. This behavior isn't just your cat being needy. It's their way of seeking reassurance and expressing their remorse. They're trying to mend the rift and re-establish the loving bond you share. These gestures, while subtle, are significant. They show that your cat is aware of the disagreement and wants to make amends. They're expressing themselves in the best way they know how, through touch and affection. So when your cat seems extra affectionate after a disagreement, they might just be saying, "I'm sorry," in their own special way. Understanding these gestures can help you better communicate with your feline friend and strengthen the bond you share. So next time you have a disagreement with your cat, look out for these signs. They might be trying to tell you something important.